Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all you guys are having an awesome day. Just out here in the yard working on a little bit of scrap right now. I wanted to show you guys the aluminum light fixtures that we found the other night and that last dumpster that we hit. I'll show you now. So these are the light fixtures that we pulled out of the dumpster. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and I think there's one more around here somewhere. So these are all aluminum. They're probably about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 pounds. But if you remember from the video, they had that giant piece of glass in there, and it had some fasteners going in here that held the glass in place. And I thought it was going to be just as simple as taking those fasteners out and pushing that glass out. But they were heavily siliconed and glued into place, so that did not work out very well. We had to bust the glass and peel the glass. This is like, that's probably like 30 pounds of broken glass. Just insane. So much glass. But it should be worth it though. We got quite a bit of aluminum and we didn't have to work too hard for it, so not too bad. So aside from that, today is pretty much just kind of sorting metal. This is the stuff that we found last night. Pretty good little group of metal we just found dumpster diving. Doing that and then cleaning this truck out, all the boxes and stuff. A bunch of this metal was in boxes when we first pulled it out, so we're getting all that stuff out of here. We're getting together the trash so we can get it out of here, make a trash run. So we'll keep you posted along the way. Here's the box to that heater we found last night. There wasn't anything wrong with that thing at all. I mean, it worked beautifully. And as I said, just in time too, because ours had gone out that morning. There was nothing wrong with it. It just said coated on the box. So it's got all kinds of features to it. It's got a timer and tilts up and down and goes side to side and all around. It's really nice. Pretty cool. Man, the back of this truck was kind of bad. It's like when you're going out every single day and putting these videos up every day, like there has to be sacrifices made somewhere, and unfortunately it was in the form of a dirty truck. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit closer some of the things we found. Check this out. That is some like lubricating spray. That's some really good stuff right there. We got the same type of stuff, but a different brand. I think that's PB Blaster. That might be, and that's Liquid Wrench. So we got Liquid Wrench and PB Blaster, essentially the same thing, just different brands. That stuff's really good. And then over here we have this this through fuel. It's like basically it's like for your weed eater, you got to mix oil and gas together. This is pre-mixed, and this is full. None of that has ever been used. And this one, it's about halfway full, so pretty cool. I don't really use that stuff just because it's kind of expensive, and I don't know, it's kind of one of those things I feel like is a little gimmicky to me, so I've never used it. But if it's free, I'll put it in my weed eater. These things here, y'all probably remember seeing these come out of a Tractor Supply dumpster. They were in the package and it said defective, and I thought, well, maybe, but there's not much of a chance that every single one of them is defective. So I was just kind of sitting out here looking at them, and they all appear to be okay. Couldn't really see any obvious flaws with them until I got to checking them for the rubber gaskets. That one's got its rubber gasket. That one has its. Check that out. That one does not have its gasket. So when whoever bought this thing hooked it up to a water hose, it was probably leaking like a sieve right there, just because it didn't have that that gasket to make a watertight seal. So most likely that was all that was wrong. So we'll put these up, and you know, we'll put these to use next year for the garden. So pretty cool. All right, there it is. Truck's cleaned out. Trash is ready to be taken and dumped. The truck's not actually clean though. It's still very gross, very nasty. Just needs to be sprayed out at the car wash. There's some yucky stuff back there. I think a lot of that is that makeup stuff Stacy got. I think some of it leaked out, and I don't know what the heck that all is. I ain't sure. That's makeup though. That's some nasty right there. But it's better than it was. Step in the right direction. So I do want to take this time to thank you guys for coming along with us on our adventures and watching our videos and following along with what's going on with our family. I do appreciate that very much. A big giant thank you from the whole family. I think got vultures coming down for something out of the back of the truck. It's about to be really, really cold. Cold for us down here. I know our friends up north, you guys are gonna have it a lot worse than us, but it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for everybody. It's gonna be cold for us, and well, you guys are gonna get that white stuff y'all call snow. Yeah, snow. So everybody stay warm out there, man. Stay bundled up. Take care of yourselves. It's gonna get nasty. Hey guys, y'all might remember us pulling this out of the dumpster a couple of videos back. This is a spray rig for, you know, spraying weed killer or fertilizer, you know, anything like that. It was brand new, still in the box, but I have discovered there was a bit of a manufacturing defect though. It's got a leak in it. We'll take a closer look at that here in just a second. We're going to try to repair this thing through a method that I've been wanting to play with for a while called plastic welding. And basically what it is just taking a piece of plastic, and you know, say if there was a crack right here, you take that plastic and basically it is what it is. It's plastic welding. You melt the plastic into the damaged area and it seals back together and becomes one. The important thing to note, if you are going to try and do this, is you have to have the plastics the same. You don't want to try to mix polyurethane and polypropylene or anything like that. You want something that you know, when it cures, it becomes one solid piece altogether. If you have two different kinds of plastics, that will not happen. So we'll show you what the problem is, and we'll show you how we're going to fix it. Okay, so the issue we're having here, I've traced it down to this area right here. There's a small loop here. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see it in the camera, but there's a small loop here where this hooks in, and it's got a shoulder strap on it. Well, if you notice, we'll pump it up a couple of times. You can hear it leaking. When I pinch both sides of that hole there, it quits. Not sure how well you're going to be able to see it in camera. Let's make sure you can see it. You see the hole? When we put our fingers on each side, it quits leaking. So that tells me, and that's why I think that it's a manufacturing defect, because the hole is actually on the inside of this hole. You'll probably never get a good view of it just because of the way the nature of the GoPro. It's not designed well for these close-ups. So we'll show you exactly what we're going to do here. Alright, so we've determined that the hole is actually inside of this area here. That's a good thing though, because we know that it's not going to be a very big hole, number one. Number two is, you remember a while ago when we were talking about using the same kind of material to patch your material with, using the same kind of plastic that your piece is made out of to repair the affected area. What we're going to do is we're going to take and just cut this whole piece off right here. We're going to cut it down flush. and then we'll be able to use this small piece here to make our repair. And we won't have the option for a shoulder mount anymore, but to be honest, I don't really like carrying that poison around on me like that anyway, because it gets all over you. So we'll get this on off of here. So we switched gears here just a little bit. The saw in Stacy's Letterman tool is not the greatest, and I can't find my Letterman. It's got a perfect little fine tooth saw that I use it all the time, but the problem is I use it all the time, and I use it in different places. It's either in my backpack or my boat or my toolbox, so I can't find it right now. So what we're going to do, we're just going to heat this knife up here and just hot knife it right off of there. That's the plan. That's the play. And this is kind of the way you'll have to fix it anyway. I'll show you. We're almost through it there. That's some high density stuff, so it's taking a couple of tries. Almost got it that time. Alright. There we've got our little piece. That's what we're going to use to actually melt down and patch the hole. We'll show you that now. Alright, we're going to take our piece of material here. We got it in some pliers. We're just going to hold it to that flame over there until this starts to melt and get real pliable. And we'll get this hole patched up and see if it works. The trick is going to be to heat up both of these materials at the same time so that they can adhere to one another and bond into one solid piece. We got us a piece on there covering the hole. We'll just take our knife and smooth it out. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. See if we can get you a close-up of it. So it ain't real pretty. It's got that black to it from where we got the plastic too close to the flame, but it looks like it has sealed into one continuous piece there. And that's what you want. That's going to be good. So we'll let that dry for a few minutes, and we'll give you guys a we'll test it out and see what happens. Okay, there's our little spray rig all filled up with water. You can see the water level bouncing around in there. There is our repair that we made. It's holding up so far. I'll see if it continues to hold up. Yeah, see, it's dry under there. We'll see if it continues to hold up after we put some pressure in this tank. Let's see what happens. So we know as it is, it's holding. So we know as it is, it's holding. Well, we'll see what happens when we pump some pressure into the tank. If it's gonna fail, this is gonna be it here. it is still holding. Let's see. Well, that's a wonky little sprayer, isn't it? There we go. Hey, that's working pretty nicely. I don't know how well that's going to show up on the camera, but well, that little dude's working all right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, we lost the option for the shoulder strap, but honestly I don't usually ever use that anyway. When I use these, I just turn the handle and lock it and just carry it around like that. You don't want that poison all over your back in case this thing starts leaking or whatever. I just carry it around by hand, and the easiest way to do it. I don't know what the value of these things are, but the one I had broke. I've been having to borrow my dad's. He's got a big one that we pull behind the lawnmower and four-wheeler and stuff. But nice little addition to the tool shed. Pretty cool. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I apologize it wasn't a awesome dumpster diving video like what you guys are used to seeing, but you guys have said that you'd rather see something than nothing, and well, this was a little bit of something, but it was really nothing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you ever have anything that is plastic like this and it gets cracked or a hole in it, try it out. It's actually pretty fun. Plastic weld. We'll touch on this at a later time. This was kind of just a proof of concept that I wanted to try. My brother's kayak has a big old hole in it, and he's tried putties and silicones and all this different kind of stuff on it, and I told him, I said, man, the way to do it is to plastic weld it. Let me do it for you. Well, he never liked the idea of the sound of it, so I'll show him this video and see if he won't let us fix his kayak for him on camera. Pretty cool though, isn't it? I mean, even with pressure in the tank, that thing's still holding. That's where it was leaking from. You've seen it. Pressurized tank. Cool stuff. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate all you guys watching. Thank you guys for all you do for our family. We appreciate all your views and your kindness and your supportive comments. We do appreciate all that. With all that being said, guys, we will be back with another video as soon as we can.